What's goody, Shellitronnn here. You can call me Shells, and I'm back at again with a brand new video. And today I want to start this video off by saying happy Juneteenth, but I also want to take this moment to go ahead and give you a belated happy June 17th, because this is the day, it's a new holiday actually, where we commemorate and celebrate the reemergence, the return of Belle Delphine to the YouTube platform. If you don't know who Belle Delphine is, she is a freedom fighter, she is a revolutionary, but do you know who is not a freedom fighter or revolutionary? Whoever the new social media manager of the Panthers, and whoever it is who oversees the new social media manager of the Panthers, because they saw fit to put this garbage on your timeline not very long ago. This was actually on June 17th. Now, this is a very conflicting day for me. We get Belle Delphine back, a revolutionary and a freedom fighter, remember that, but we also got this on our screens, our phones, tablets, laptops, smart TVs, whatever you use to see Twitter. Now, these are all three very great players in Panthers franchise history. And keep in mind, the franchise is only, 30 years old? Just under 30 years old. So we haven't had a ton of history like the Giants, or say the Redskins or the Eagles. Some of these more, I guess, cornerstone storied franchises that were around since the very beginning, like the Browns even. But don't you find it a little strange? It's a little strange that they have no option on their GOAT list for a quarterback, considering we haven't had very many quarterbacks in our history, and also two of our quarterbacks in our 28-year history have taken this team to a Super Bowl, and one of those quarterbacks was an MVP of the league. It seems a little strange to me that the Panthers went out of their way to not only not include a quarterback, but not include Cam Newton, who I think most fans, even though we all respect and we know what Steve Smith Sr. did for this team, we know what Smitty did, and he was a monster. He would fight anyone, and he could put up numbers against any DB in the league. And we know about Julius Peppers, man. Pep was one of the greatest on the defensive side of the ball. And Luke, come on, bro. He only played for the Panthers for 8 years, but he has a Hall of Fame career in that 8 years. It's a very productive 8 years for him. There is no disrespect given to any of these guys if any of them were to be taken off of this list. But I think every single fan of the Panthers will tell you that they would replace any one of these guys to put an option for Cam Newton. I don't want to get into all the details of this man being a rookie of the year, breaking literally every single record for the franchise, and breaking a lot of NFL records, talking about rushing yards, rush touchdowns, passing and rush yards combined, rookie numbers, all that kind of stuff. But it seems like the Panthers have gone out of their way to disrespect this man, Cam Newton. So I have a question. Actually, I have two questions. I have two questions here. One, why are the Panthers going so far out of their way to disrespect Cam, not just once, but twice? On his way out, the team released this very weird statement talking about we've allowed Cam to seek trades with other teams. And it wasn't even until fans got upset and it became big news that the team started to put out thank you Cam posts and saying what he's done for the team and whatnot, and they appreciate him and stuff. It was a very strange time for the Panthers. But now this, to put up a post where you only have 3 options, when the Twitter poll function allows way more than 3 options, why would you choose this format and purposely leave off Cam? That's my first question. My second question is, giving the Panthers the benefit of the doubt, I have to ask, what did Cam do to deserve this? Cam would have had to slap David Tepper open hand in the face, and then I don't know what he had to. I guess I don't know. What can he have done to make the Panthers put out that weird statement? And then in June, middle of June, they put out this choose your GOAT and obviously leave him off the list. It's a very weird thing to do, and it's actually so weird it's got me thinking, is it possible that the Panthers have put out that Cam is a little bit more hurt than he actually is? Is it possible that the Panthers have been talking to other teams saying, you don't want to pick up Cam? People are actually drafting and signing these significantly worse quarterbacks than Cam. If you think that Cam is injury prone or you don't like what you're seeing or you can't really see him by this point, I understand. But I think that we can all agree that Cam deserves some sort of shot. At this point, Colin Kaepernick, a player who hasn't been in the league for 3 straight years, has a better shot at making a roster than Cam. But that's not the point. What we're talking about here is a quarterback who, if given a chance to actually rehab, and he has spent the better part of a year rehabbing and will be at about 1 full year removed from any injuries, and he's been working out and whatnot. At this point, you can bring him in, test him, get some PT on him, see what he does in a workout with you, but we have not heard of any of that happening. Now, why is that? Is it possible that the Panthers behind the scenes have had a hand in making sure that Cam does not get on a roster with another team? We have seen that if one team does not like a player, they can put some word out and not let a player get back in the league. For him to not be signed now or even being brought in for a workout or even a physical with any other team tells me that there is something more going on behind the scenes. Now, I don't want to just go ahead and assume the Panthers have some foul play going on. It is possible, maybe, that Cam did or said or was a part of something that the Panthers organization took the wrong way. You know, Cam can be not the best with words at times. And he can be someone who has his emotions on his sleeve. We don't know what happens in the background of these situations, but it is very, very weird to me that teams have gone out and picked up 40-year-old quarterbacks in the past. They picked up guys who haven't played in the league for several years to come back and be backups and even possibly get starting roles on their teams. But we have not even heard of Cam getting a workout yet. Very, very strange to me. Very strange he was left off this list. This just makes me question a lot of things about the Panthers. And I don't want to assume anything, but this right here, this post, it stinks. I need to know why Cam was left off this list of GOATs for the Panthers, why they chose this format of comment, retweet, or like for the options, and why they chose not to use a poll and include Cam. It seems like a very obvious attempt to throw shade at Cam, and for any social media manager, you know what's going to happen here. You know what you're doing when you put a choose your GOAT post up. The year that you cut the best quarterback you've ever had in your franchise history, and he is not on the list. You know how it's going to look. You know how it's going to be perceived. And honestly, I think the Panthers are just saying, look, this is how we feel about Cam, and we're going to be very obvious and open about it. And hey, at least they're being honest, because they're doing this shady behind the back stuff before, and at least now they're letting it be known that this new regime probably never had Cam in their long-term plans at all. I think if Cam was actually still healthy, we probably still wouldn't see him if we had Joe Brady and we have all these new guys coming in. I'm almost 100% sure at this point, even though they said they would have loved to coach Cam, they would have been happy with Cam and whatnot, we probably would have seen a change at quarterback even if Cam was healthy last year and this upcoming season. It is what it is. That's my thoughts on it. There is something going on behind the scenes between Cam and the Panthers organization. It could be all, I guess, weird stuff going on with the Panthers, but it also could have been something that Cam did or said behind the scenes. I don't know, but you have to take the high road as the organization. You have to put Cam Newton in your GOAT conversation. If he's not even in the conversation, we can't talk. We cannot talk. This is way too much disrespect. That's how I feel about it, man. What are your thoughts on this? Would you have put Cam in your top 3 GOATs of Panthers history? If you would, who would you have replaced on this list? Either Pep, Smitty, or Luke? And do you think that this post right here was a very obvious and targeted attack on Cam Newton? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And you already know what to do with that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Being told y'all I been the man. Being told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.